Hello, welcome back. This is Gronheimer. Just a little bit from Nights into Dreams. I believe that was Soft Museum. It's springtime. Things are growing back. It's looking beautiful again. The dogwood behind my home is blooming. But this is about Transformers, the card game, and continuing to add the Beast War characters into the game. We're going to talk about one that I missed, as well as we're going to start with Transmetal Ratrap. Transmetal Ratrap, I didn't put his star count down here. Well, we have a character but no star count. He has one. I think he's I think Transmetal Ratrap is either a 7 or an 8. The Beast War original Ratrap was a small card. I made him like a small card. Transmetal is a regular card, the triple changer. He is number 28 out of my set, my Beast War set. He's a maximal sharpshooter, which he established that very well in the show. He was their sharpshooter. He was their marksman for the show. Optimus Primal was really good too, but in alt, we'll start with alt mode 1. Can't believe I didn't write down their star counts. Alt mode 1, he is a beast and a melee trait. He has 0 attack, 11 health, and 3 to defense. He also has tough 2. So in alt 1, which is just his Transmetal mouse mode, he's not going to be able to attack, but he's going to be able to defend because this is his ability. And I did this with a couple of the Transmetal characters that are triple changers, that you're going to want to flip them from one mode to the other. Specifically this one, when you flip from bot mode to this, you may put a card from your hand under this. Any card. It has to be from your hand, not your deck, not your scrap, your hand. So you are going to lose something from your hand, and that's going to be important. But when you flip from bot mode, so you're going to start in alt mode 1, you're going to want to flip to bot mode and then flip back to alt mode 1 to get cards under the character. We're going somewhere with this. Alt mode 2, he does not have the melee trait. He does not have a specialist nor ranged trait. He is an off-road patrol and a car. Like I said, I've been having fun with these traits with these Transmetal triple changers. So he's just a car and off-road patrol. What did Dinobot say that, you know, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember what he said. I can't believe I've been reduced to a rat's patrol, or something to that effect, you know. Which was pretty, and he's like riding Ratrap and all his got his guns and all his ammo wrapped around him. That was just awesome. In alt mode 2, Transmetal Ratrap does finally have an attack of 2. His defense comes down by 1 to 2. I did say he has a health of 11. In alt mode 2, he has bold 2. When you flip from, again, bot mode to alt mode 2, you may draw a card. So when you're flipping, you're going to want to flip to bot mode first, and then you're probably want to flip to alt mode 2 next. You're going to want to have some showing offs and some rapid conversions with these guys because they are triple changers. The point of the game is to flip your daggum character, or it just ain't Transformers if they're not flipping them, in my opinion. And with these characters, I'm trying to get you to flip the characters. So when you flip from bot to alt mode 2, draw a card. You may draw a card. When you flip from bot mode to alt mode 1, you can put a card from your hand under it. So flipping to alt mode 2 is going to get more cards in your hand. Flipping from bot mode to alt mode 1 is going to get cards under him. Let's look at his bot mode. In bot mode, he has an attack of 5. So His attack is the highest in bot mode. His defense now comes down to 1. He started off at 3 in alt mode 1 to 2 in alt mode 2 to defense of 1 in bot mode. He does have Pierce too. But this has Pierce for each card underneath this for turn. So you're going to be wanting to really get this guy flipping to bot mode, flipping back to alt mode, and bot mode to alt mode 1, back to bot mode, to be able to increase his Pierce for turn. And it never does it say for Transmetal Ratrap specifically to ever scrap the cards underneath him. I think there might be something that somebody has that if you do have cards underneath your character, you do have to scrap 1 or 2 or all. And I forgot the situation. I forgot the character. It may be a battle card. It may be from Wave 5. I cannot remember. But let's move on to number 25. Transmetal Cheetor. He is a Cobalt aerial unit. And when I first typed it, I typed aerial wrong. So this should be correct. And again, I think he's when I was going over Transmetal 2 Cheetor, I mentioned and showed this character, but I only showed his alt mode 1. I didn't show you anything else. Because I realized when I was editing that video, I'm like, oh, I forgot to go over Transmetal Cheetor. Oh no. This one is definitely going under my voice acting playlist for sure. But in alt mode 1, Transmetal Cheetor has the Beast trait and the Melee trait. Oh, and in Transmetal Ratrap's bot mode, he only has the range trait. Okay, continuing with TM Cheetor. Beast trait, Melee trait. He has an attack of 3, again a health of 11, just like Ratrap, defense of 2. When you flip to this, again from bot mode, you may put a black pip card under this. I need to put from your hand because it's supposed to be from your hand. So I do need to specify that. I failed to do that. So you're gonna, again, pull a black pip card from your hand and put it under Cheetor. So let's look at Transmetal, his alt mode 2. In alt mode 2, he has a plane trait and he still has a beast trait. But again, just like alt 2 of Transmetal Ratrap, he does not have melee, nor range, nor specialist. It's just 2 different types of traits for what he is. Part beast, part plane. Part beast, part... Well, actually, I didn't give the beast trait to alt mode 2 Ratrap, but... so, Transmetal Cheetor is part plane, part beast. And he really is. And maybe I should have put beast on alt mode 2 of Ratrap, Transmetal Ratrap as well. For Cheetor, he has bold 1 in alt mode 2. This has tough for each card under this. You see where I'm going with this. So with Transmetal Ratrap, getting cards under him adds and gives him Pierce because he's a sharpshooter. Transmetal Cheetor, trying to get cards under him, is going to give him more tough. But it doesn't trigger when he's under bot mode. It's going to trigger when he's under alt 2. His secondary alt mode. So let's look at his bot mode. In bot mode, okay, alt mode 1, his alt mode 2, the stats are exactly the same, 3, 11, and 2. In bot mode, he's only in the ranged trait. He does get range in bot mode. He has Pierce 2, kind of like Ratrap. But for bot mode, when this has the Toxic Fluid Blaster Gut Gun, he gets +2 to attack. I'm going to have to go over the Toxic Fluid Blaster Gut Gun. And if you're not familiar with the show, the toys, or even the Wikipedia where the wiki, the TF wiki, where I got the true name of this. We've just always called it the gut gun. Let's go over this real quick. So the toxic fluid blaster gut gun is the picture is the one of Tigatron. So originally the cats, the original Beast War Cheetor and Tigatron had this, but it actually had their guts kind of on it because it was like their stomach, and you took it out and you put it in their hand and it was their gun. They were really doing well about trying to using the kibble to hide their weapons when they were in their animal alt modes, and thus the gut gun was formed. Well, apparently it's technical. When I looked it up on the TF wiki, they called it the toxic fluid blaster, and I'm thinking, well, I'm going to still put gut gun on here somewhere, and so that's why it's a little long. That's where that came from. Well, it is a weapon, but if you notice, it is a white and a green pip, so you can get this back, and it's going to get you double pips when you flip it for battle. But there's no attack. There's nothing else on there. All it is that when you after you defend, damage one to your attacker, damage one to your attacker after you defend from an enemy or battle or whatever it is. It's something to that effect. I don't have it in front of me. I should have written it down, but I didn't write it down. But basically, if you're defending after the battle, you can damage your attacker by 1. So that's really all it does. It's a very weak weapon, believe it or not. It's just you're able to get a cheap hit on your attacker after you defend. But it's going to give certain characters like Tigatron and Cheetor of the different types. Have I gone over Tigatron? Because that's where I've done this with the both of them. We went over Air-Razor and Black Arachnia, the 2 Black Arachnias, Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia, Transmetal Optimus and Megatron, as well as the original 10-star Optimus and Megatrons. I don't think I've done Tigatron. But so yeah, he may be up next if I haven't already done him, but I'm pretty sure I did something with him with the gut gun as well. Again, it's a weapon you can easily get back, but it's not going to do anything for your immediate attack. It's only going to attack your opponent after you defend. That's really all it is. So when you have this on this Transmetal Cheetor, it's actually giving him +2 to attack. So his attack is going to go from 4 to 6, plus whatever you flip. And if you got bold or whatever, he already has his Pierce 2 in that mode. Give him, I forgot the name of these cards. The utility that gives your character bold 2. Is it Brass Knuckles? You know, the things that can help add bold. Of course, you got your focus fires, Optimus Prime, etc., etc. So there are a lot of neat things you can do to ensure a decent attack with such a weak weapon. But if you're looking for white pips and green pips to add to your deck rapport or whatever, then that would be one that you could add. If you're looking for multicolored cards that are upgrades, etc., etc. So there's a lot of those things along those lines. So, but that's really all I have, is to finally go over the Toxic Fluid Blaster Gut Gun, Transmetal Cheetor, we finally got to, and Transmetal Ratrap. Still not done. Got to go back, glance at some of my videos, see who I've gone over and who I haven't, see who's left. I think we have at least a handful of characters left, because I think I made about 36, 38 characters. But thanks for watching. Thanks for following along. Been able to actually input some of this stuff into Octagon under the placeholder stuff. Now, whether other people can see it, I don't know. If I haven't been able to test that with another player, but at least I can kind of test it out, see it on digital. It's just really easy to just drag and drop it into the placeholder spot for you got your large characters, your small characters, your extra large characters. So if you've made your own combiner, you can drop that all in there, and just make sure you don't flip the character. Say you have your who's the all-female combiner that you've made, and you've got it all in your computer, and you drop it all in there. You want to put them, at least you could put them in the small characters or regular size characters, and then you can put the combined mode into an extra large character spot. But when if you try to flip it, of course you can't flip it. You'll probably just see the transformer stuff, or it might just be white. I don't know. But I was testing my own hand-drawn Combaticons that way too. You can dump about 10 characters each in each of those sizes, I believe. Well, the extra large characters maybe only 5. Battle cards, you can get a lot of battle cards in there. If it has a white pip and you're putting it with like the double orange or something else that doesn't have white, it recognizes when white is flipped, and it recognizes if, now I don't know if the placeholder has white, or I'm not sure how it's being triggered in there or not, but it would be safe to do Control-C one at a time when you're flipping for battle, to keep up with when you're flipping white or not, to when to do the double flip. Of course, when you put your cursor over it, it looks nice and big, and you can read it easier than how it looks tiny on your screen. Really fun stuff. I've been putting some of my battle cards out there on Octagon. Again, I don't know if anyone else can see them, but I have made a deck with my own Combaticons. It's the only way I've been able to play with the ARC's Combaticons, which are really fun. And playing around with some other cards. One of the first times I got on Octagon, somebody actually, they were teaching me, they were being very patient with me about how to play. And I had 1 or 2 ARC cards in my deck. And when they saw it, they were confused. They were like, "Where'd you get that?" And I'm like, "Well, it was in the ARC stuff." And I'm like typing it out because I don't know the guy. Typing in the chat. And they're like, "Oh, well, don't use that again." Okay, so whoever I was playing with was a purist that only wanted to see wave 1 through 5 cards being used in my deck. Wow. I thought that was neat. Now, it was the only time I ever saw that character, but they were very patient enough to walk me through how to use Octagon, how to play, what does what. In the meantime, the few other people that I have played, we normally will call on our phone and talk to each other instead, so we're not typing in the chat all the time. But it's just a neat way to do things, a neat way to test some of your own creations. So I need to let Brandon know about that too on Facebook now that I think about it. So that's all I have time for. I've wasted too much time on this. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following along. What was I going to say? And let's see here. And more to come. Not finished with Beast War characters yet. Unicron is, I think, done. I've tested him a little bit. He seems to work okay. He is beatable. He does have 50 health. We need to go over him. But let's finish up Beast Wars first. We'll see you next time. Stay healthy, stay safe. The tornadoes haven't taken me down yet. Unless cancel culture does that first. I don't know which. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. And as always, Autobots, flip out and let's roll for it.